so it's a pretty big project. So I would say 2 months ago, I worked with my media specialists and we found books that were set in different countries. So they're by American authors, but they're set in different countries. So we had the students, we made little summaries of each book. And then the students went around randomly, we gave them out a book and a summary, and they had to read the summary of the book. So then just based off of the summary and the book cover, they chose what book they wanted to read. So they had about a month to read the books, and then they created a project out of that. So they had to have some kind of board, trifold, or poster, and that was more about the country. And then they had a book report about the book, and then they created food from their country. And then some of them even had artifacts, like one girl has a friend who lives in Russia, so she had some actual books and things like that. Some of them had more artifacts, but they had a food, a trifold, and a research paper. So today what we did was invite other classes to come and see the presentation. So it was nice because language arts classes came to see more of the book side and learn about some countries, and then social studies, focus more on the countries. And so it was nice because we really don't get to present to other classes that much. So we did kind of an art gallery walk where people could walk around, and we did a scavenger hunt so that students could fill out information about each country. And they seemed to really like it, and they were like, well, I didn't know, people had high tea, they were learning all kinds of different facts. So it was fun.
So Greg, the main character, wanted to climb the mountain K2, which is the second tallest mountain in the world, but the first one is Mount Everest. And he wanted to climb K2 for memory of his sister, so he took a partner with him. But while they were almost halfway, the partner got very ill, so they had to go back. They got lost in the mountains.
So not only did they learn about another culture, but they learned about all these other countries as well. And so, obviously they learned some differences, multiple perspectives, and I think connecting the dots to, differences in traditions or cultures lead to different perspectives, And I've even seen that with some of my students with, they practice a religion that other kids, don't know a lot about, and so they'll hear their perspective on eating certain foods or doing certain things, and so I think it's a good way to start the conversation. But yeah, we all grow up differently, we all have different experiences which lead to these different perspectives. And when we first started doing this project, a few students had traveled abroad to different countries, and they would talk about those countries and their experiences in those countries. And I just think that starts the basis of, just because someone doesn't have the same point of view as me doesn't mean that it's wrong, That's something really important, I think, because in middle school they want to all fit this mold, and so I think it's important for them to start seeing that it's actually really cool to be different, it's fun, and you get to learn about different people.
They have these in Japanese. This is a toy from Japan. They're called Japanese, and they're kind of like toys. This is a book from Japan, and they look at stuff back. They read right to left instead. So it starts like that.
These are a bunch of German words. This one is teacher, this one is hello, this one is thank you, this one is you're welcome, this is my name in German. Kinder chocolates are right here. They're basically like German Snicker bars. These are Piersnicki, I think they're called. I don't know how to pronounce that. It's like gingerbread covered in chocolate.
I think it helps them to place it with literature. I really think that's a good way. It's not so abstract, they can kind of see a character acting it out, and so it becomes a little bit more real than just learning facts about another place. I really like teaching it that way, and I think they remember it. And also, I hope what will happen when we talk about it Monday, a lot of them will want to read each other's books over the summer.
I made an idiom, and it was your teacup fell and broke, and it means you're having a bad day. And in my book, they drank a lot of tea and ate a lot of cakes.
I didn't know that they didn't, because I knew that sometimes around the country that they didn't really have education,
the student choice part, when they feel like, you know, they get to choose what they're reading, they just seem more invested in it, and it gives them, and even the independence with their projects. You know, I told them suggestions of what they could include, culture, that kind of thing, but I didn't say you have to have this and you have to have this. So you saw a variety of different things on their boards.
Well, there, when they like see each other and greet each other, they don't shake hands and say hello. They put their palms together, they bow their heads, and they say namaste. And I also learned that they have so many different first languages. They have over 120. But the main one is Nepali, which they speak about 40% of Nepal speaks.
Mostly just, I didn't know there were so many different countries that colonized the Caribbean. Because there's like Eastern India, Africa, England, Spain, and Asia, China, and a whole bunch of many more countries. And I just thought that was pretty cool because I never knew that before.